Hello, this is a podcast deep dive made by Diehl for Allison Renee on her song Broken World.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that, takes your sources and pulls out the key nuggets of knowledge, giving you that shortcut to being really well informed. Today we're doing something a bit different, a deep dive that I find incredibly compelling. We're not looking at an academic paper this time or a policy brief. No, we're diving into the raw emotional world of a broken relationship. And we're doing it through a song. Our source is Broken World, a song of lost love. It's by Allison Renee. Came out August 22, 2025. Now, you might think, a song as a source for insight. But honestly, it's such a potent way to get at human emotions, relational dynamics. So our mission today, let's unpack the feelings, look at the different perspectives in the story, and really trace the narrative beats Allison Renee gives us in Broken World.
It's a fantastic choice, really. Music, it often just distills these huge, complex human experiences, doesn't it, into these really poignant, accessible narratives that helps us understand not just what happened in a relationship, but, how it felt. For everyone involved, a song like this doesn't just tell a story, it captures something universal, makes it this rich source for exploring connection and disconnection.
Absolutely. And this one really pulls you into that emotional space right away.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this song then, starting right at the beginning, verse 1. The opening lines, they're quite something. What you're going to do when you find out you've been lied to. By your own ghost, you hide from the truth. How do those first lines strike you? Thinking about this, your character.
Oh, they hit hard instantly, because it's setting up this deep internal conflict, being lied to by your own ghost. That's not just someone else tricking you. It really suggests self-deception, doesn't it? Like this you character is maybe wrestling with some truth they just can't face, something they've buried deep down. It's like an intimate betrayal, but the saboteur is, it's themselves, hiding from a reality only they can really confront.
Right, that internal versus external deceit. That's a key distinction. Sets up this theme of denial from the get-go. Then the verse continues, it shifts a bit. What are you going to do when you realize that she's the one who holds the key inside her eyes? What about this key image? What's that telling us about her role in his life, especially at this moment, this realization?
Well, the holding the key imagery, it's incredibly powerful. It speaks to her profound importance, her irreplaceable nature in his emotional world. And what's fascinating, I think, is how often this kind of realization hits after things have fallen apart. Hindsight. Exactly. It's that stark, retrospective appreciation. Sometimes we only grasp how vital someone was once they're actually gone. The insight there is that true understanding of someone's importance. It can dawn in their absence, when their unique contribution becomes undeniable.
That's a really poignant thought, yeah. True appreciation born from loss. It sets a heavy tone, definitely. Which leads us into verse 2, where we get this, frankly, surprising reason for the split.
You abandoned the one who understood you the most. You couldn't handle the way she held you so close. That kind of challenges our usual thinking, doesn't it? Why leave someone who gets you, who holds you close?
It's a huge paradox.
Yeah.
And a really counterintuitive one. We usually think we want someone who understands us deeply, right?
Right.
Yet these lines suggest that for this, your character, that very depth, that intimacy, it just became too much, overwhelming. It points to something we see a lot, actually. This human tendency to fear or even reject unfamiliar levels of vulnerability. Real closeness, it demands exposure. It asks us to drop our defenses.
And that's terrifying for some people. It can be absolutely terrifying. Not everyone's equipped for that kind of raw, genuine connection. And sometimes, the comfort of the known, even if it's less fulfilling.
Feels safer.
Exactly. It feels safer than the maybe exhilarating but still frightening newness of real intimacy.
And the song goes even deeper into that specific fear with the next lines. It didn't feel like anything you knew before. You thought it was fake, so you walked out the door. There's that echo again, isn't there? Of being lied to by your own ghost.
How do you see those connecting, explaining his actions?
Well, what's fascinating here, I think, is that direct link. The connection between unfamiliarity and perceiving something as fake. Your character experiences this love, this intimacy, that's totally different from their past, from what they expect love to feel like.
Okay.
Instead of leaning into it, embracing this potentially, transformative connection.
They dismiss it. They dismiss it as inauthentic. Why? Simply because it's new. It's unprecedented for them. And this really highlights something powerful. our comfort with the familiar. It can totally override the potential of something new and genuinely good.
Yeah.
We can run from what's truly good for us, not because it's bad, but precisely because it's unprecedented, because it's unsettling. It challenges our whole internal script about love.
Wow.
It shows how deep those comfort zones run, even when they're actually holding us back.
Yeah, that idea of dismissing something real as fake just because it's unfamiliar, that's incredibly insightful. And sadly, very human. Which brings us to the pre-chorus. Here the song shifts focus, gives us this crucial look at her perspective, the truth of what was lost.
No.
Love was real. It was all about the way she feels when you're not around. What does this contrast tell us?
It's such a critical counterpoint. So while the you character saw it as fake or maybe just too intense, for her, the love was absolutely undeniably real. No question. It just underscores the deeply subjective experience of relationships, doesn't it? What one person fears and runs from, the other holds as their deepest, most authentic truth.
That asymmetry.
It's devastating. Their emotional realities are laid bare, and they just don't match up. One person feels real love, the other sees something to escape. The insight. The validity of love doesn't always depend on mutual perception. It can be intensely real for one, even if the other rejects it.
And then the pre-chorus hits us with this really interesting twist, pulling your character back into it. You feel it too. That's why you can't breathe. It implies this mutual pain, a lingering connection, even after he left. He's not immune. What does that shared feeling suggest about how deep their bond actually was, even broken?
Oh, that line is a huge revelation. It tells us the person who leaves isn't necessarily free from the pain. Not at all. It hints at, well, maybe deep regret, unresolved feelings, a profound sense of loss on his side, too. This wasn't some clean break. It was like tearing something shared, something vital. It speaks to that undeniable, almost physical impact of a real connection. When he can't breathe, that sounds like a visceral reaction to her absence. It suggests a part of him also recognizes the loss.
Right, it complicates things. It's not just villain and victim.
Exactly. It's more nuanced. It's shared brokenness. And then we get that really enigmatic line, "There's one thing you should know. If only you can believe." Which just leaves us hanging, doesn't it? What's this ultimate truth? Something maybe too hard for him to accept. Could it bridge the gap between them?
Yeah.
It implies there's some truth about their connection that he's actively resisting.
That lingering question, it's so powerful. This unacknowledged truth may be still binding them. And then boom, the chorus, which is really the emotional anchor of the whole song, driving home the impact of what he did. She's living in a broken world without you. Without you.
How do you interpret that imagery? A broken world. That imagery, a broken world, it's incredibly potent because it's way beyond just a broken heart, which is painful enough, obviously.
Yeah.
But this suggests her entire reality, her whole framework for existence has been fundamentally shattered by his absence. It's not just an emotional wound. It feels existential.
Right.
The world she knew, maybe the world they built together, it just doesn't exist anymore. And the repetition, without you, it just hammers home how profound, how all-encompassing her loss is. It makes it visceral.
The insight, I think, is that true devastation isn't just about sadness. It's the complete unraveling of your sense of place, your future.
Yeah, it's the core emotional anchor. Distills that utter devastation, not just a feeling, like you said, but a whole new unbearable reality. Okay, let's move to verse 3. This details her continued suffering, paints a really stark picture. This love was not a game. To the girl who cries at night, everything is dark since you took away her light. This just reinforces how serious her emotional state is, doesn't it? Absolutely. These lines really underscore the gravity of it for her. This wasn't trivial. It was deeply meaningful, profoundly real to her. And that phrase, everything is dark since you took away her light, that signifies so much more than just sadness.
It's deeper.
Much deeper. It points to total despair, a complete loss of joy, meaning hope. It's like a void where light used to be. And it's directly attributed to his actions. It's such a powerful metaphor for how one person can impact another's inner world, just darken it completely.
And yet, despite all that darkness, all that despair, there's this unexpected turn in the verse, a glimmer of something maybe we didn't expect. But when she wakes up early, the next day, she envisions you coming back to stay.
Yeah.
How do you square that, this enduring hope with the brokenness we just heard about?
Well, what's truly fascinating there is that capacity for hope, the human capacity, even when things are utterly devastating. Despite the darkness, the tears, the shattered world she's in, some part of her still clings to that possibility. Reconciliation, him returning. This hope, it isn't necessarily logical, is it? Or rational.
Not at all.
But it's so deeply rooted in us. It's a testament to resilience, maybe, or perhaps the torment of profound love. It raises a really important question, I think. In her broken world, is this hope helping her? Is it a source of strength to navigate the pain? Or is it just another burden, prolonging the agony, keeping her stuck?
It's a double-edged sword.
Completely. It offers a potential future, but keeps her tethered to a really painful past. The insight is that hope, even seemingly irrational hope, it's a deep part of how we process loss. And it can both sustain us and prolong our suffering.
That's a powerful point. Hope is both lifeline and burden. That's very real. And after that glimpse of fragile, complex hope, the song brings us back. It revisits the pre-chorus and chorus, reinforcing those core themes back to love was real, that shared pain of you feel it too, and the devastating reality. She's living in a broken world without you. What's the effect of repeating like that, the cyclical structure?
Well, the repetition, the cyclical nature, it perfectly mirrors how grief and longing actually feel, doesn't it? It's often not linear at all.
No, it comes in waves.
Exactly. It's this constant return to the central wound, a reminder that some wounds just don't heal quickly or easily. It re-emphasizes how hope and deep pain can exist side by side, how one person's actions can shatter another's entire world, and how the echoes of that deep connection just persist long after the relationship is supposedly over. It reinforces that core insight: love, loss, pain. They're not just events. They become ongoing states of being for a while.
So we've journeyed pretty deep into Allison Renee Rue's broken world. We've unpacked layers of self-deception, that profound fear of real intimacy, the immense loss, and then that persistent, almost defiant hope. It's a deeply resonant story.
And it really hammers home the power of a song, doesn't it? To articulate such complex human feelings, giving us this raw, intimate window into a relationship unraveling and the aftermath. Not just for the one left behind, but potentially, like we talked about, for the one who left too. So what does this all mean for us listening to this? I mean, this deep dive into broken world, it shows just how nuanced love and loss can be, and the often hidden reasons behind why someone might leave. It makes us think about how your character's initial feeling that something was fake, maybe because it was too real, too vulnerable, too new, ultimately created this broken world for her.
Yeah.
And arguably for himself too, given that lingering pain, that inability to breathe. It really prompts us to reflect on our own capacity for self-deception, doesn't it? And how we react to real intimacy when it shows up. The core insight, maybe, is that sometimes the biggest threats to our happiness, they aren't outside us. They're internal. Our own fears, our preconceived ideas about what love should be like. And it leaves us thinking about that line. One thing you should know, if only you can believe. What's that unspoken truth? What realization could maybe bridge that gap between their broken worlds? Perhaps it's the truth that real love, with all its terrifying newness and vulnerability, it's actually worth enduring the discomfort for.
Or maybe
It's just the simple, painful truth that some things, once they're broken, they can't ever be fully put back together, no matter how much you believe.
it definitely makes you consider how often, a fear of the unknown, or maybe just sticking to familiar, comfortable patterns, even bad ones.
Yeah.
How often that can lead to profound regret and the breaking of worlds, both for ourselves and, for the people we care about. It's certainly something worth mulling over in your own life.